All right, so Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon with which you can use to change the world.
We've talked a ton about going to college, but maybe you don't feel like college is right for you. And hey, that's okay. There are alternatives to getting a four-year degree, and many of them can lead to a great career. Before you make the decision not to attend college, I want to encourage you to do something. Ask yourself why you don't feel like college is right for you, and be honest with your answer. It may help for you to talk with your parents or an adult that you trust. You might realize that you're just like the rest of us, a little scared of the unknown. What will the first day be like? Or what if I can't make the grades? Those worries are totally normal, and most of them will be old news by the second week of college. But maybe you'll discover that college really isn't right for you. If that's the case, there's something you've got to know. A great career won't just happen. It must be built with a solid plan. And no, that plan doesn't include living with your parents in their basement, hoping to meet a lovely lady who will take over cooking and cleaning duties from your mom. It just doesn't work that way. So let's talk about a few options for your plan. First, there's trade school. Trade schools teach basic professional skills in 2 years or less. Local employers often seek out trade school graduates to fill open entry-level positions. You can also earn a certification or find ways to self-educate in your field of interest. Many community colleges, government programs, and online organizations offer free or low-cost certifications for a specific skill set. You can enhance your education by attending conferences, reading websites, books, or magazines related to your career of choice. Keep in mind that self-education requires a ton of motivation and resourcefulness. In some careers, you can even take advantage of on-the-job training or apprenticeship. You can learn by actually doing the work and using your hands instead of reading from a textbook. You can also earn an associate's degree that will allow you to begin your career right after graduation. These programs are often called Associate of Science degrees and don't require you to take any general courses taught in four-year universities. That means that your classes may not transfer if you decide to get a four-year degree later. Your advisor should be able to tell you which programs will transfer and which ones don't. If you're confident that a two-year degree is what you're looking for, you can quickly enter into fields like nursing, cardiovascular technology, criminal justice, and many more. Or maybe you'd like to start your own business. If you choose to go to college first, you'll learn the vital skills like how to interact with others in a business setting, manage a team, track the company finances, and actually turn a profit. Pretty important stuff, right? But maybe you feel like you've got the passion and the know-how needed to open up a business right now, and that's awesome. Having confidence like that will take you a long way in life. But I also want you to be realistic. If you plan to start a business without a college education, make sure you're constantly learning from others who have started and ran successful businesses themselves. Everyone is different, and thank goodness, right? So it's totally okay if your life after high school doesn't look the same as your friends. What's not okay is settling because of uncertainties. If you're willing to put in the work, then you've got what it takes to conquer your fears and reach your dreams. Don't let anything hold you back from reaching your potential.
And the question asked of the students is, how has money affected your decision on whether or not to attend college?
No, because I know I can still save up for it and go. Yes, because you need money to get a good college.
It has before, but thinking about it, it shouldn't.
Well, I'm gonna go to college no matter what. I guess money is a big part though, because I don't want to have a bunch of loans. I guess you could say yes, but I've always worked hard and aimed for a scholarship, and my parents have really helped me on that too.
No, actually not really, because most of there's free colleges I was looking at before I applied, and all of them were full rides, so I guess not.
I know that for sure I'm going to college. I just know I have to work at it a little bit harder to get more scholarship money.
Mark Twain said, "I never let my schooling interfere with my education."
Hopefully you see that when it comes to college and life in general, debt is not the answer. We've shown you tons of ways to get an awesome college education without ever touching student loans. Yes, that might mean working a full-time job in the summer and part-time during college. You may have to apply for every scholarship and grant out there. You may need to babysit a few whiny kids or mow your neighbor's lawn. But trust me, the 25-year-old version of yourself will thank you. Graduating from college and working that first real job and holding that first real paycheck feels so much better when it's all yours, when it's not going out to student loan payments. The decisions you make in the next 4 years can affect you for the next 40 years of your life. If you avoid debt, you'll have the freedom to go after your dreams in a powerful way. I talk a lot about changing your family tree, and that's my dream for this generation. Maybe you've grown up in a house where debt is a way of life. It would be easy for you to continue the cycle. You could accept student loans and sign up for a credit card before you ever graduate from high school. But now you know another way. I travel across the country talking to teens and college students, and I love seeing that many of them are making the right choice. They're working hard, saving money, avoiding loans, and taking responsibility for their future. It's incredible. I've met 23-year-olds graduating from college with no debt, and I'm telling you, their life is wide open. A little patience and sacrifice now will set you up for huge amounts of peace and joy later, and not just in your lifetime either. Your choice to avoid debt means your future spouse, kids, and family will enjoy the same lasting peace for generations to come.
Jake is with us. He's 20 years old in Houston, Texas, a sophomore in college. Hey, Jake, what's up?
Hey, Dave, not much. Yeah, I've saved all I can for next semester, and my tuition's due next week, and I don't have enough money for it all. So I need your help to know if I should stay at school or if I should avoid going into debt.
Well, number one, anytime you pose two possible answers as the only two possible answers to a question, especially to try to box me into a corner, that's not a wise thing. That tells me you haven't done your work. Number one, we know you didn't do your work because you're not ready to pay for your tuition. Number two, you haven't looked for enough other options. You're trying to pose to me that there's only two options. I can't finish school unless Dave Ramsey says it's okay to go in debt. Well, that's a fatalistic approach, and that's trash, dude. That's just wrong. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying if I'm in your shoes, I'm 20 years old, I'm going to say, A, I'm not borrowing money. Dave, you're telling him not to go back to school. No, I'm not. Listen. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to be in there in financial aid's office. I'm going to be in the counselor's office. I'm going to be talking to the dean of the college. I'm going to be talking to some local businesses to support me and help me get going. I'm going to ask for an advance over at work if you're already working, and I hope you are. And I'm going to have done a whole bunch of other ideas to find money. There's a lot. Sell your car, I don't know. If you really want to go to school, you'll find a way. Let's just pretend for a second student loans didn't exist. What would you do then, dude? Find a way. It's exactly what you do. Do I want you to quit school? No. I want you to go finish school. But I also want you to increase your ability to make decisions better than you've done.
The average student loan debt has now surpassed $27,000 for an undergraduate degree. Whew.
If a student finds that they're
And the guy speaking right now, his name is Eddie White, and says that he is a financial aid expert.
financial situation has changed, a parent has been laid off from their job, or there's been some sort of medical situation that has arisen with the parent or the student, it's important that they come into the financial aid office and sit down with a financial aid counselor and let that counselor find out what's taking place, because it's possible that their financial aid could be reevaluated and that their grant or scholarship could be increased to help them because of this particular situation.
With so many options for life after high school, you've got the opportunity to create an awesome educational experience, one that allows you to follow your passions and develop your skills. Above all else, remember this: your education is an investment in you, so commit to being a lifelong learner. One of the best ways to do this is to read. Read books that are fun and entertaining, but be sure to also read books that challenge you. You can read biographies on great leaders and discover exactly what made them great. Or you can read books about specific topics where you'd like to excel. Learning really is fun when you're excited about what you're learning.
8 out of every 10 students who drop out of college say financial trouble was the main reason. All right, so big ideas here. The fourth foundation, pay cash for college. Not all careers require 4-year degrees. Begin planning now. Journal question. Think about what careers you might be interested in pursuing. What type of education or training will you need to enter that field? So you guys go ahead and answer that question. Then after you finish answering that question, you will just need to go back and look over some stuff. And then, of course, it's open book because you have your notebook right there in front of you. And just make sure that you complete the chapter test for chapter 5. If you need anything, let me know. But all the videos should be uploaded for this particular one, so just go back and check on stuff if you did miss something. And that will be it for this chapter and for today.